Right, this is Marlon. Happy Monday. It's 3:04. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. And someone said my Bluetooth is 60 cents. You know why? And I charged it, and then I took it off. Maybe that's right. My plan to do is 2:30. But my son woke up or snap. You know, and also my pen. Yes, I will take a mention for it. And I've been flossing in shower sometime. And my arm honey. I wish it out. Hello? Maybe I should add this is my Bluetooth. Yes. Oh, freak out. Don't freak out when I write hello. Okay, good. Tell the Bluetooth, whatever this is. I'm listening to something else.
Celebrate healthy choices that make your family happier and healthier. Visit CalFreshHealthyLiving.org.
Welcome to Furniture Row, a group of specialty home furnishing, mattress, and linen. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's time to look at some of the funniest social media fails of the week.
Excuse me.
Rod Stewart fears we're too late to stop global warming. What does he care? He's not a U.S. citizen. He's not affected. Pretty sure global warming is like a we problem, like an us problem. That's why they call it global warming. Not like specifically America is warming, right? Because it's called global warming. Hey man, I'd ask my mom, but I don't want to talk to her for an hour. How often do you clean your oven? Pretty much never. Seriously? I'm cleaning it every time. It's not worth it. You're cleaning the oven every time you use it? Yeah, the bottom gets gross and full of blood or grease. You're talking about the baking sheet or the actual oven? Baking sheet? My oven has the metal grills on the inside. One sec, I need a beer for this. So, you're putting the meat directly onto the grills to cook, right? Yeah, to grill it. I'm tweeting this. Alright, fast up in the comments. How many of you think that the oven is just supposed to be something that you put like pieces of meat onto grill? Be honest. You're wrong. You need something called a baking sheet or a pan. Yeah, you need to clean it every time. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. How is this real? That's just incredible. Facebook just pulled an Obama and started accepting gay ads. I think the ads are based on your internet browsing patterns. Correct. These gays are infecting my feed with their their gayness. There's all the gays. My entire feed is just gays. And it's Obama's fault, somehow. My dog boyfriend got her tatted and if they break up, he gonna need a new back. Best of luck to you guys. Hope y'all work out. That's gonna
Watching
hurt.
Finny to get
Really gonna
Skizzo
hurt. Can't get
Mayo
rid of it.
fell
You're
after
stuck
beef.
with it. She better be the
Beef.
one, is all I'm saying. In 2015, an Australian woman won $825 from the Melbourne Cup after betting on a horse. The ecstatic woman posted a selfie of her holding the winning ticket on Facebook, and when she went to claim her winnings only 50 minutes later, the money was gone. Apparently, one of her Facebook friends downloaded the photo and used the barcode in an automated machine to steal her winnings. My oh my. Some Facebook friends they are. Who knew, right? Who knew? Spanish is a language. You can't be a language. Spanish is also a nationality, buddy. You can't be Spanish. You can't be Spanish. No one is. Idiot. But what the hell are people from Spain then? What do you call a person from Spain? A not Spanish. Anything but Spanish. I swear, people on the internet are really dumb. But see, there's the thing. Here's the thing, okay? There's people on the internet that are super, super, super dumb. But there's also people on the internet who are pretending to be dumb because they think it's funny. And you actually can't tell which one they are. I'm not complaining because I get to make lots of videos about it, but it's just interesting to me. What made you quit weed? I watched the whole movie on mute and started crying because I thought I was dead. That's fair. That's fair. I think you made the right decision, buddy. I think you did yourself a favor. Guys, do not use diesel on a Prius or any car that doesn't take it. The station ran out of gasoline, so I used diesel since I figured it would just make my engine louder. It does not make your engine louder. My car broke down, waiting on AAA. Thank you for letting me know, for looking out. I don't even drive and I knew that you're not supposed to put diesel in a Prius. But thanks, I appreciate that. Now you have confirmed it for me. You took one for the team. Found a job opening that requires 8+ years of Swift experience. Swift is a programming language that came out 3 years ago. Yes, and welcome to the 2021 job market. Disabled parking should only be valid during business hours 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I cannot see any reason why people with genuine disabilities would be out beyond these times. We're disabled, Daniel. We're not werewolves. What? What? You mean disabled people need to go to the grocery store after 5 p.m.? Insanity!
Hello?
Who decided this? Yesterday, I was standing in line at a local store. I was wearing a mask, but the woman behind me wasn't. Those masks don't prevent COVID, she said. I told her, no, not really, but didn't you hear about the new spy technology Biden has enacted to keep track of all of us? The mask blocks that facial recognition software, and the government can't follow us. She said, really? Where did you find that out? I saw it on Fox News last night. They had the machines on there and everything and showed us how wearing masks makes it useless. We can really prevent Biden's plans if we wear masks. And as I left, I heard her on the phone telling someone. Haven't you heard? The new government conspiracy? Yes, let me tell you all about it. I bet she's gonna wear a mask now. Nicely done. Last month, my cat disappeared. A week ago, I found him and brought him home. Today, my cat came back. Now I have 2 identical cats. Look at them, they're so cute. Look at how cute they are. Oh. They do look exactly the same, though. Like, they have the same eyes, the same whiskers. Maybe they are long-lost twin cats? Wait a second. It's gone. My son has this app on his phone, Grindr. I asked him about it, and he said it was to memorize Bible verses. I love him so much. My husband has it too. Praise Jesus. Don't tell them. They thought the CLI, Christian Life International alone, wouldn't signify a church, so they added the cross. Delicious. Incredible. Just fantastic. What school you went to? Why? You look 4 millior. I look what? You look 4 millior. Huh? I don't know what a 4 millior is. You look like I know you. Idiot. Oh, familiar. Right. Okay. Truly the best hate mail I've ever gotten. I can't believe you called Simone Biles a goat. WTF is wrong with you? She is a beautiful lady. Correct. And she is also the goat. Not a goat, the goat. The goat. Delicious. Have you ever thought that COVID is here to kill off the dumb ones who don't understand how vaccines work? The vaccine is to kill off the dumb ones who don't know how viruses work. Right. Right. Say it with me. It's not hard to not sexualize female streamers, but also check out their OnlyFans because they are so empowered and brave. I mean, both of them are right. Both of them are also wrong. Don't buy Nike's lies. Global Day of Action against Nike.
Psst, you're wearing Nike.
Post a state without an A in its name. Rhode Island. How do you not see it as you're typing it out? You're literally typing it. If you don't like American history or America, go back to your country. I'm Native American, Navajo. My ancestors, as far back as I know, which is quite a ways back, are all from Utah and Arizona. Are you? Where does your lineage track back? This is my country, so what you commented is ignorant. Me? But we brought the guns! We brought the guns! Dude, I heard people speaking Spanish in San Diego. They should go to Mexico to speak Spanish. What's the actual Wait till you find out that San Diego is a Spanish word. San Diego is an English word, idiot! It means the whale's vagina! A whale's vagina! I ordered this pin for my financy, which was made from our proposal photo. It didn't quite go as planned. Looks pretty good to me. We need to go back to throwing all heathens with these false scientific ideas in jail. Science is a scourge to facts. Science is literally the pursuit of facts. Science says the moon is made out of rock. You know any rocks that glow? Yes, but that's irrelevant in that the moon does not glow in the strict sense of the term. It reflects light from the sun. Wrong again! Wrong again! Idiots. Let's hang them. Let's hang them! Up with their hands! What happens when I tell people I'm colorblind? That's cool. Point at object. What color is that? You forgot to put yellow into the list. Yes, that's kind of the point, I think. That's the joke. Angry Muff demands Xbox refund after hackers bought 36,000 FIFA gaming points. Look at this little bandit. Look at this little guy. Right. It was a hacker, my dear. It was a hacker. Watch out for those hackers. Also, keep your credit card somewhere safe. Can somebody tell me what the hell is funny about being duct taped to an airplane seat? I was treated like livestock. I could buy that jank ass airline if I wanted to, out of my face. Oh, this guy sucks, eh? Oh, man. Alright, guys, those are the funniest social media fails of the week. That's a fun one. That's good. Thanks, I like that. Yeah. Leave a yellow heart in the comments if you made it to the end of the video. And don't forget to water your plants. Mine are dead. I forgot to do that.
I'm sad about that. Ah, okay.
Family trying to steal an air freshener.
Do.
This guy is literally throwing a temper tantrum. Dude, this guy's got a couple of screws loose. I don't know what's going on here. He's throwing a temper tantrum and everything. And I'm always the one to be like, we don't know what's going on in someone's life. We don't know what they're dealing with. Maybe this is a projection of what's going on. No, this guy's just pissed that someone was trying to steal an air freshener. That's all that's going on in this guy's life. Nothing more than that. Hard stop, and this guy takes his job too seriously. I used to work at Starbucks. Someone came into Starbucks, and they tried to steal something, and I saw, I'd be like, hey, you can't do that. If they would walk out, I'm not chasing them. It makes no difference to me. My life's worth more than $11 an hour. Pay me 12, I would do it. Oh, buddy, what are you doing? I don't know how I got the tree in there. Maybe you hit the tree driving, but they just threw that thing out there. I also hate how, like, some delivery drivers have to deliver very heavy stuff by themselves. So it's like a fine line. Maybe we gotta equip the delivery drivers with better equipment to deliver things, but at the same time, it's like that kind of comes with the job, right? Probably in the job description, must lift things up to 50 pounds or heavier. You guys ever see a job description that says stuff like that? I always ignore it, because I just apply for everything anyways, and then if I get the job, I figure out if I can do it when I'm there.
I am trying to get television. Like, you're being a little chip out of it. You can't get food.
That's because you guys saying it's 24 hours.
So that was the drive-through woman that was saying you're being a little...
Why? It says that on your sign.
Get out of here.
Why does it say open 24 hours if they're not? And why is this employee being so rude? There may be more to the video than we're seeing. This could be after he like cussed her out and said all these things, and now he just started filming. We really don't know. But I also feel like I would kind of laugh if this was the situation. I wouldn't believe what I'd be hearing, that someone was actually speaking this way. On the flip side, though, then you think, like, look where they're working, right? They're working at McDonald's. Do they value that job? We really don't know. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Top 10 Central. It's your boy Pepper. You guys know we're keeping it spicy. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you sprinkle a little bit of pepper for us, because that's what we do here. And let's get into it, because, you know, we're a family. You guys know I love you. You love me. I'm not going to go any further, because there might be a copyright with Barney. So I'll say instead, we just, we react together happily.
Like that in the restaurant. Real talk like that. So we have a time limit to get food? And we have a time limit to get food? Call them. No, I'm calling them myself.
I don't know. Maybe she's having a bad day. Then again, I feel like I've never been in a situation where I behave this way at any job, regardless. But I also like to, you know, I pride myself on being somewhat professional when I have to be. You know what I mean? Like when I have to kind of put it on, I can put it on. So you gotta hold it together. You hold it together. See, that's the thing, is like, sometimes I question how clean places are. Because you gotta just trust that the employee, again, going back to me being like a 20 or 18-year-old working at Starbucks, you don't care that much. But then again, when it came to cleanliness, I was pretty like, let's make sure there's no stains. Let's make sure this is clean. Just in general, just for my own safety, because I also ate and drank there, so like, I always wanted it to be clean. But I've done some like demo jobs years ago, like demolition jobs. Like, some restaurants are absolutely filthy, like disgusting, that you would not want to eat there if you saw what goes on in the kitchen. So just something to keep in mind. So this guy literally just throwing the luggage out of the plane. That's fantastic. Don't they normally have like a conveyor belt that it comes out of so it doesn't happen? I was gonna, okay, well, I'm never gonna pack my laptop ever again. I guess I'd forget to carry on anyways. I don't know, I kind of figured whatever goes in my suitcase is gonna be thrown around anyways. They don't give a shit. I'm like, how are you gonna know who did it? So. Oh, here they go. Wow, that's, I'm gonna refrain from saying something really mean that I know will upset some people, but that's absolutely disgusting. Like, if you have the audacity to do that, you gotta question who you are as a person, because that is absolutely that's just disgusting.
I have a convenience store delivery for Super Grover.
Oh, yeah, he said just put it there. Oof. What, is this guy gonna jump off the turnbuckle like it's WWE? I don't understand. I I got a little confused there because this guy jumped up and then it looked like he was the one that ran out of the store, but he was the employee. It looked like the customer threw something at the employee, then the employee got up. I kind of backed that. I don't know. I feel like if someone threw something at me while you're an employee, you can either duck cover or you gotta defend yourself. That was kind of like a halfway. He kind of like ducked and then he just stood up and he was like carried over him, and then the next thing we know, he was on the ground again. So I don't know. People do wild stuff nowadays, so just stay safe. Always gotta protect yourself.
On video, what's your name?
I don't give a fuck on video. This ain't the first time I've been on
You
video.
just cussed at me and you're working.
Alright, that's fucking weird. Why?
Alright,
What
what
the
weird?
What the fuck? Weird. Why?
Oh hell no. Let's
What's your hell? So you just called me.
You just called somebody
fucking weird.
You're really gay. That's the thing though. You can't do that.
So I don't give a
You
fuck.
can't do that.
I don't give a fuck.
Can't
If I'm
do
gay or
that.
not. This
You can't
motherfucker's
do that.
weird, so you get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna lose your job. I hope you know
I
that.
don't give a fuck.
Put this on video and corporate's gonna see it.
The video.
You're gonna this is going all up Facebook, all up.
Yeah, see that I would have probably lost it there. That crossed the line for me. If I was in that car and that was one of my friends and that guy spoke to my friends that way, I probably would have gotten another car and I probably would have pulled another drive-through. But that's how I am. I don't like that. That was just completely like that was such an unnecessary. That was so uncalled for. When you say stuff like that, that's not like anything to do with that or like race, religion. That's when you cross the line or family. Because I'm like, if like I was my family, about my wife and my kids, I would kill them, no problem. I'm a nice guy, man. Talking to my family, no problem. I'll go to jail for them. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm the nicest guy. I couldn't hurt anybody. Never been in a fight. I've been punched in the face before, but I've never been in a fight. Story for that one later, I guess.
Over here.
What?
These fat f***ers are in the back here. They don't
We're looking at a fucking car. We're looking at a fucking car. We're looking at the cars. We were looking at that fucking
I don't
cameras
give a
back
shit.
there.
You
Just
ask
looking
permission
at
to come in here. If you want to look at any of our stuff past that building, you ask our
All right.
permission.
All right.
Get your fat ass off of here.
Okay. You call me names. Go ahead.
Who is this guy?
I don't know who he is.
He's an employee of the group.
Can we have his boss?
Wow. I didn't know what was going on there. I was like, are these guys, what, are they trying to like steal a car? Why is that getting so angry? Who's this guy? That was like a parking spot they were arguing over. But I guess it was a car dealership and they were saying they wanted to check out cars. Maybe they didn't go in the store, maybe they just went right to the lot and they started looking. But usually when you go to a car place and you start looking at the lot, you usually have, the guy come up to you and be like, hey, you guys looking for a car today? Oh, well, this is the brand new one. Why don't you get it for a test drive? Why don't you, come on, you look great in there. And they kind of usher you in. No one ever comes up, you fat, what are you doing up here? So I don't know what that guy's deal was. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want the sale. Maybe he sold too many that month and he was like, I gotta pull it back a little bit, give the sale to somebody else, give him like a little layup. So I'll just be a huge a-hole and then let them kind of swoop in like the knight in shining armor to sell a car.
We just want our pop. Are we gonna hold up the line all night till we get our coke? We're gonna hold up the line until we get our coke. Can you give us our pop? You in there talking about our gift card. You're in there talking about our gift card. What's wrong with a gift card? I didn't say nothing. I heard you talking about our gift card. Hey, my man, I'm a grown ass man. Can we just get our pop? My man, can I get my coke,
Get
bro?
my money back then.
We just want our pop. She's talking really negative. She's swearing.
Oh! Yeah, that was a little uncalled for too. I don't know. I feel like I don't know how escalated at this point. The employee was obviously upset. I think he's sort of working there, which he said he didn't do a better job. I don't know. But regardless, I feel like the guy's kind of in the wrong. Like, yeah, the employee was acting a little childish, but you don't throw a drink in somebody's face like that, even though I thought that's what she was going to do to him. Beginning to end, I was on his side, and at the very end, I'm on her side now. So,
Your mom don't care how I talk to you. She not gonna do it. What do you mean she don't care how I talk to you? You better do her. You better do it right now. I'm gonna watch you do it right now because that is a bullshit. What? Don't talk to me like that. I talk to you however I want. You gonna talk to me however you want? Yeah. Are you? Do you have one? Yeah. Yeah. Get on my dressing table. Yeah, talk.
wow. Oh, she stayed there.
Don't try to blame me.
I'll let you guys drive off. I'm kind of happy with this. I mean, like, I don't think you're above anybody. Like, this whole idea of the customer's always right, yes, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you could talk down to the person serving you. I think you're equals, like, in a sense, right? So that's how I feel. People, for some reason, have a sense of entitlement when they go to drive-thrus or really anywhere, but I don't know why. We're all human, guys. Let's just give each other hugs and kisses, assuming that it's safe to do so. All right, guys, that's all for this one. I've been your boy Pepper. Make sure you guys stay spicy. Smash that like button. We'll see you soon. Love you guys lots. Mwah. I got a lot of friends that still work at that Starbucks. I'm friends with people that go to that Starbucks. I go to that Starbucks. Am I the entitled person now yelling? No, I'm always so nice to them. Because I know what the people there are like. Not good people. Some of them are nice people. But,
Budweiser Summer Patriotic cans are here to give you a red, white, Bud Up.
Public shaming for celebrities has become a regular part of the internet now. It's often defended as a way to keep people who have a massive platform in check. And throughout the pandemic and even before that, celebrity failures were always something that people jumped on. I believe people enjoy watching this content because it reminds them that even famous people make a lot of mistakes. However, the mistakes that a lot of these celebrities made were deemed to be so problematic that people felt justified in shaming them. I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 celebrities who were publicly shamed in just a moment, but first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, it'd really help us out. With that out of the way, let's begin. Coming number 10, Ellen DeGeneres. When the pandemic happened and everyone went into lockdown, Ellen had a choice. She could have saved her staff and allowed them to work from home, but instead she bailed on them and hired an independent company instead. This clearly did not sit well with her former staffers and thus unleashed a litany of complaints about the star. Not only that, but we had a full Twitter thread of just negative interactions in general with Ellen that led many to believe she was nowhere near the queen of nice like she wanted us to think. For example, the poor waitress who nearly lost her job after Ellen complained to management that her nail polish was chipped during service. On top of that, her comments about her $27 million home feeling like jail wasn't viewed as comical, but rather a flaunting of privilege in these uncertain times. Something that was both unnecessary and made people realize how truly out of touch celebrities are. The truth about Ellen is that she has been involved in the world of branding and celebrity imagery for so long that now her hot takes are suddenly nowhere near relatable to the general public. Coming number 9, Aubrey Plaza. Typically when you get a couple of comedic actors together like Will Ferrell and Aubrey Plaza, you'd think that the end result would be funny. Unfortunately, no one found this embarrassing stunt funny, and instead Aubrey was unceremoniously escorted out of the building. At the MTV Movie Awards in 2013, a barefoot Aubrey Plaza ran onto the stage in an attempt to pry away the Golden Popcorn Award from Will Ferrell. The moment appeared to be a failed attempt to mock the great Kanye West interruption from the 2009 VMAs. Will tried to play it off and joked that the bit was staged, but according to MTV, Miss Plaza was taken out of the award show by network executives and even had the head of Viacom security scolding her. It was not a good look and overall a terrible idea with poor execution. Coming number 8, Cardi B. When Cardi B became the newest member of the leaked photo club, the image was saved and plastered all over Twitter. This all started when Cardi accidentally posted an explicit image of herself to her Instagram stories. The post was only up for a little while, but obviously people were still able to save the image and then post it everywhere online. Soon the memes and comments followed and the post went viral. The leaked image showed off her bare breasts, but people still shared the hell out of the photo. People were really out here making fun of Cardi's and ridiculing her body. And I saw people saying that she had burger and even compared them to Mike from Monsters Inc. Absolutely disrespectful stuff, and a shame that Cardi had to be shamed publicly like that. It was a shame that she had to be shamed publicly. Yes, I did just say that. Coming number 7, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's cheating scandal was covered in his docuseries on Netflix, where he fully detailed what went down that night in Las Vegas. The show even interviews his wife, Aniko, as she emotionally recaps when she saw the video of her husband cheating and how it made her feel. While Kevin was with a friend in Vegas, he cheated on his wife, and his own friend was the one that set him up. Yes, Kevin did this to himself, and he took full responsibility for his mistakes, but can you imagine your own friend trying to blackmail you like that? Plus, the woman then sent his wife the video, and then later the pair of blackmailers tried to use this as leverage to get Kevin to pay them $60 million. Instead, they went to jail for an attempt at extortion, and Aniko and Kevin seem stronger than ever. I would even argue, though, that this was way more embarrassing for his wife, especially considering the amount of times that Kevin had to talk about this. Coming number 6, Travis Scott. This one was hard to watch go down, especially when you take into consideration how much Travis Scott probably spent on his custom Halloween costume. It definitely wasn't the worst Halloween costume in the world, but Trav still felt the heat online. Fans and followers alike both began to make fun of Travis, and the bullying got so bad that he decided
decided to delete his entire Instagram page. Although he never provided a statement about being publicly shamed, it was assumed his Instagram deactivation was a result of the teasing. One user tweeted, "Travis Scott is drowning in millions of dollars right now and he couldn't get a good Batman costume, shaking my head." Although many people ridiculed those teasing Travis because they actually liked his costume, with some saying that the suit is probably worth more than most people's homes. Coming number 5, Zac Efron. While at a movie premiere, Zac was doing his thing. You know, he's walking down the red carpet, he was posing for photos when necessary, and at some point on the red carpet, an assistant calls him over and he begins reaching into his pocket for something. I don't know if she wanted a pen or what, but he dives into his pocket, and as he pulls out whatever he gave her, a condom dropped onto the ground. Now, obviously, all eyes were on Zac because of the nature of the red carpet, but he acted swiftly. He immediately swooped down and threw it into his back pocket, and then did not address anyone asking him what had just fallen out. Although the video had been watched so many times that this embarrassing moment was certainly seen by everyone. He later addressed it on a talk show and said that he now has implemented a pocket check before every red carpet. Coming number 4, Ashley Simpson. This video still gives me secondhand embarrassment. In the video, you can see all of this confusion when Ashley realizes that the track started playing before she even had the microphone up to her face, so she just awkwardly dances instead. And at that point, you can't even really salvage the performance. It's called Saturday Night Live for a reason. So she just did her little dance, said that she was sorry, blamed it on her band for playing the wrong song, and then it was all quick cut to commercial from there. During an interview several years later, she was asked about this, and here's what Ashley had to say.
Me completely. What happened there was I had a vocal problem. I had 2 notes beating against each other, and I woke up and I had no voice. And then I should have said, no, I will not go on, I will not do this. And
Coming number 3, Robin Thicke. This one is next level embarrassing for just everyone involved. His summer smash hit called Blurred Lines certainly started to explain his real life. Robin was happily married to wife Paula Patton, for whom he shares a son with. However, in 2013, he threw his entire marriage under the bus as a photo emerged of the singer getting a little too personal with a female fan, who was later identified as socialite Lana Sclararo. In the photo taken, you can see that the mirror behind Lana and Robin catches him with his hand going right up her dress. The photo appeared to have been taken at an MTV VMA after party in New York City, which also just so happened to be the same night that Robin had done his controversial performance with Miley Cyrus. So you know when he got home, he had a lot of apologizing to do. Coming number 2, Harry Styles. For the December edition of Vogue magazine, former One Direction singer Harry Styles graced the cover and did so while wearing a Gucci blazer and dress. Now, this isn't exactly something that you'd want to wear to the grocery store, but Harry is a pop star and this was a photo shoot, so it was all normal, really. And it was also a historical cover, with Styles being the first man to be featured as the main attraction of the issue. If you're a fan of Harry, then you know he has a fondness for wearing women's clothes, but for some reason, this one really angered conservatives. Candace Owens publicly shamed Harry for the dress in a tweet and said, "There is no society that can survive without strong men. The East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence. It is an outright attack. Bring back manly men." And in response to this, other celebrities chimed in to defend Harry, with Jamila Jamil tweeting, "Harry Styles is plenty manly because manly is whatever you want it to be, not what some insecure, toxic, woman-hating homophobe decided it was hundreds of years ago. He's 104% perfect." And last but certainly least, on our number 1 spot, R. Kelly. Now, it's important to note with this case that R. Kelly has been accused of nefarious things long before the Me Too era even began. However, once the ball was rolling, R. Kelly was tossed back into the mix of those being accused of taking advantage of their celebrity status. The biggest hit to the singer's career was the release of the documentary called Surviving R. Kelly. According to prosecutors, the current case against him was brought forth on behalf of 4 victims who were between the ages of 13 and 17 when R. Kelly had taken advantage of them. As a result of this more recent backlash against Kelly, his concert venues canceled his shows, while simultaneously prominent activists and entertainers called for people to boycott him. As I mentioned, though, he has been through decades of misconduct allegations before, which have even been made fun of in pop culture films like Scary Movie.
R. Kelly, don't pee on me. My lady loves.
However, it was not until the Me Too movement that people really started to take his victims seriously. But guys, that has been the top 10 celebrities who were publicly shamed. But before we get out of here, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Celebrities That Lost It All and Never Recovered.
Now to that summer skin warning from actor Hugh Jackman, why he's urging people to protect themselves after his own recent skin cancer scare during routine doctor's visits.
Trust me, I've been through worse.
This morning, Hugh Jackman, famous for playing superhero Wolverine, is revealing a very human health scare.
Time to be like me as a kid. Just wear sunscreen.
The 52-year-old actor taking to Twitter on Monday, posting this video.
I just went to see Lisa and Trevor, my amazing dermatologists and doctors, and they saw something that was a little irregular, so they took a biopsy, getting it checked.
Jackman has a history of basal cell carcinoma, the most common type of skin cancer. He posted this image in 2017 saying, "Another basal cell carcinoma. Thanks to frequent body checks and amazing doctors, all is well." An estimated 3 million people are diagnosed with the condition every year, caused mainly by UV exposure. Carcinomas look like little red bumps.
Remember, go and get a check and wear sunscreen.
While Jackman has not revealed the results of his latest biopsy, he is urging others to get checked and to not worry about him.
So if you see a shot of me with this on, do not freak out. Thank you for your concern. I'll let you know what's going on, but I think it's probably fine.
And we hope it's fine too, Hugh. Thank you. Joining us is board-certified dermatologist Dr. Whitney Bogue. And Dr. Bogue, explain to us the different types of skin cancer. Good morning to you.
Good morning. There are two main types of skin cancer. There's melanoma, which is the most deadly form, and then there's non-melanoma skin cancer. Reddit user Jaw1073 says, "You won't want to go back to mediocre after this. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and ask, am I ready for this life?"
People all across this great nation are in pain. They have hard.
This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. So really last month I made a best of the year so far video, which you should definitely watch because how else are you supposed to know what to watch and what not to watch? But at the end I jokingly said something like, but hey, I guess we're still waiting to find out what this year's 365 is gonna be.
This year's 365 is gonna be it.
And suddenly I started getting, oh boy, wait till you hear about Life. Pretty sure Netflix has released this year's 365. It's called Life. Hey Amanda, can you make a video about Life? And hey, I'm not one to disappoint, except my parents when I make these videos. So I checked into it, and it's not this year's 365, because 365 is a movie. This is a series! A concentrated series of the most toxic, back and forth dramatic behavior of people being stupid. I was gonna have to sit through 8 episodes over 6.5 hours of a show that everyone was comparing to 365 days. And honestly, not super similar at all. Except in one area. There's a lot of sex. In fact, there's more of it, which makes sense. The running time for this has to be at least 3 times the length of 365. I think it's easily just as graphic, or maybe even more so. I wasn't gonna fact check that. I did the crappy math, and roughly 39 minutes and 57 seconds of this show is sex scenes. Shocking, based on the name, I know. This was another way it's similar as the unhealthy ways sex is used in this show and the toxic nature of the relationships in general. The base concept of this show is actually quite reasonable, but the execution, oh god. So much insane back and forth drama happens in the show, and yet nothing feels like it happens at all. Somehow this simultaneously could have been condensed into a movie or split into 2 seasons. This is also a rare situation where I'm not reading the book the show is based on. I'm just not. I love myself too much this week. I'm going away for an extended weekend. I'm taking a little break. I don't need this. I hear the book is actually quite funny, and then the show just obviously builds up the dramatics to extreme levels. And it's not technically the same story, so I feel like I'm good just watching what Netflix made. Sex Life is based on the memoir, 44 chapters about 4 men by school psychologist B.B. Easton, in which she describes the 4 main loves she had in life before she ends up with her husband. And more specifically talks about the sexual nature of those relationships as a way to fill the void she's feeling in her current marriage. Except one day her husband reads her journal and ends up changing his sexual behavior. Basically started treating the whole thing like an instruction manual, which how it's implemented into the show ends up feeling pretty messed up. And if it had stayed as that, it probably would have been fine. Like a quirky little story about how a couple that was stuck in a routine managed to spice things up after learning that they weren't great at communicating. But then the last paragraph of the description stood out to me. Because even though I'm sure the show amps up the insane amounts of drama, it seems like some of the mind games are right out of the memoir. This book chronicles the year I spent toying with my husband's mind and ignoring all ethical standards of psychology. I hope it's just to the extent that she purposely left this journal she was writing out in the open so that he would read it, instead of him just stumbling upon it, but yeah. So that brings us to the show, something that starts off pretty normal and then quickly falls into some of the most insanely toxic behavior I could possibly imagine from everyone involved. We follow Billy, a married housewife with 2 kids who's feeling nostalgia for her past self and starts writing journal entries fantasizing about former relationships and her sexual adventures.
The way he works in my kitty cat.
Do people talk like this? And at this point, I was still on board. She's home all day with the kids, one of which is a baby. Her husband is a super focused investment banker trying to make partner. It makes sense that things aren't as steamy as they used to be, so it makes sense that someone would start thinking about the way they used to be and the life they left behind as they're aging into parenthood. It's why people have midlife crises. Mortality scares us. Doesn't mean you don't love the life you have, just means you miss aspects of how things were. So as I was watching the first episode, I wasn't sure what people found so tantalizing about it. Like, was it just the fact that there was a lot of sex? Because that's not something I'm specifically gonna call out. I know it might seem like that sometimes, but it's always in conjunction with something else. This isn't really that much different than anything else that's aimed at women. It's essentially more plot-driven porn. And it's okay, it's fine, like your sexy trash. But yeah, first episode, she's just kind of going through her past life and then gets fixated on this one particular ex she used to have, while struggling with feeling sexy as a stay-at-home mom in her perfect house with her perfect husband. But nothing that people all over the world don't deal with. It's normal to go a bit stir-crazy when you feel like the dynamic of your relationship has changed moving into motherhood. I would assume I'm not a mother. Then the show descends into a horrible mess that has me so terrified of the suburban lifestyle that I am moving out of this home and back into a downtown apartment. I was already moving, but no, I hate this. However, I can definitely see how this appeals to people. It's got the steamy sex to get the 50 Shades crowd. It's got the insane over-the-top back-and-forth drama that drives so much of television these days. I can also see how this would appeal to people who want to relive aspects of their younger selves. Like, you can still be sexy as a mom. Also, if you read a bunch of steamy drama romance novels, this is probably going to be right up your alley. You're going to be hooked from start to finish. And it also has the hate watch potential because it is so absurd that I can easily see how someone would commit to watching this entire thing while doing chores or other things around the house, just to see how much worse things can get while yelling at the screen. I know for me personally, it took until the final episode for it to hit my annoyance threshold where I wanted to throw my iPad into a wall. First off, it stars Sarah Shahi from The L Word, so my first thought was, oh god, no, please not Carmen. Because if I'm gonna watch a super sexualized trashy show, it's gonna be The L Word. See, we just need to be honest with ourselves, mommies. You know what you're doing when you watch 50 Shades. Anyways, when I first started watching this, I think I made it about 40 seconds in before somebody was getting fingered in a bathroom at a club, and I thought, no, another day when I am stronger. Well, that day arrived, and we're kind of immediately shown some of the reasons why she's just not feeling sexy anymore. Despite her current emotions of not feeling satisfied with the intimacy in her relationship, she outlines exactly how much and why she loves her husband and his body. How she sees them together to the end, and then when they die, she's gonna hunt him down in the afterlife so that they can make more babies and create a family all over again. He's her everything. But then she immediately goes on to explain all the ways that he's basically shit compared to her ex-boyfriend that she can't stop thinking about. And that...
Okay. If you want to know what I'm watching, Amanda the Jet. Like shows Jet, J-E-D-I. Amanda the Jet. This Netflix show is worse than 50 Shades.
Your plans can change at any time.